Hello all, hope you are doing absolutely well. Got a bit of a comparison video today. I know that quite a few of you had actually asked for this in the comments, that if one is in the market for either of these bikes, the CB350 or the Himalayan, which would be a logical thing to buy and why. So I, as usual, sat and made a detailed list of more than 30 points of comparison parameters which help explain the buying process or the decision process, lessons learned from ownership, how exactly I segment these bikes into their respective use cases or what I want out of them. So, before I actually get into the list and the discussion, I obviously know that both of these bikes are completely different in terms of what they are designed to do and what people usually use them for. So this here is more of a city bike, that is more of an adventure tourer with city based capabilities for sure. We will get into all those details very soon. Both of them are very different bikes, I know this, but if you are somebody who says that look, I have about 2.5 lakhs to spend on a motorcycle, I am considering this or that, all things considered, everything considered, which would be your one pick? And at the end of this video, I actually have a winner, right? I do have a winner. So how I have actually done this is, I get into a bit of discussion on the different parameters, then each row I actually declare a winner. So which of these bike actually won in that particular analysis? That's how this works. So the first parameter is overall usability and ease of riding, right? This one really simple, just swing a leg over, sit on it and ride, as simple as that. This one also is not very hard, but slightly more, I would say slightly more worse than this. Not exactly sure if worse is the right word, but a little more effort, but very close. Obviously a heavier bike, so that is one thing to be borne in mind. The winner in this category is this, the CB350. Second one, highways, cruising, speed, highway presence and touring. All these categories, this one is an easy 100 to 120 speed band, a very commuterish unassuming presence on the highway. Whereas this one has oodles of presence. This one cruises at about 90 to 110 speeds, much better highway presence. In fact, if I get a call from somebody and they say that you need to come to this town very quickly, my default choice will be this. I will just take the bike's keys to this, I will start it and just go on the highway. So this will be my natural choice. So this one wins here and this one doesn't. Luggage carrying options, can handle basic luggage. You can put a tail bag, you can put a tank bag, saddle bags, can take all that. This is the king of luggage. So basically, in addition to the hard panniers, the OEM hard panniers, you can put a top box, you can put soft saddle bags, you can put a tail bag, you can even put frame bags right here, and even a tank bag, and even jerry cans. You can even carry jerry cans on this. So this is the king of luggage. This is the winner. Vibrations and refinement, this is the king of refinement, period. Nothing more needs to be said. This one is much more refined than what I had thought initially, than what I had given it credit for. Royal Enfields have come a long way, long way from their days of the bullets and how much they used to vibrate. However, it's not as refined as this one, which shouldn't come as too much of a surprise. I still hear some strange sounds from various places, which is a typical Royal Enfield / Himalayan thing. So that's what it is. This one wins in vibrations and refinement. Fuel economy, tank range. This one does about 32, 34 in the city, about 40-ish on the highways if you really ride it in the economy range. Tank range of 500 to 550 kilometers on a full tank. This one is about 25 to 28 within the city, 38-ish on the highway, again if you ride it very optimally. However, the fuel economy swings very wildly with some aggressive riding. and in terms of tank range on a full tank, 400 to 450 kilometers, which is very decent. So, this one wins on the fuel economy in the tank range. Instrument cluster is the next parameter. This one very minimal yet very visible and provides all the needed information. It is actually growing to be one of my favorite instrument clusters. This one has a very nice looking sort of retro instrument cluster. However, the compass is almost nearly useless in today's world, and the tripper navigation system I do not personally like much, and it also unlinks when you switch off the ignition. So, that is another thing. In the instrument cluster category, I give both of them are joint winners. I like them both in very different ways. So, there is no clear winner here. Torque and gearing, this one has higher gearing, more gear shifts than Royal Enfield's, especially when negotiating road undulations like speed breakers and all that. Even in ghat type roads, the shifts are relatively more. This one is the king of low end torque and much lesser gear shifts. So, this one wins in the gear shifts and torque. Servicing locations, this one is very limited, but it is growing in number. However, local mechanics may not know much. This one is present everywhere, plus even the local mechanics can pretty much ace the repairs. So, this actually wins. Overall quality wins big time. This one Royal Enfield has actually come a long way in quality, but some of the reviews are a bit overdone in terms of how bad the quality is. I personally do not buy them, that is not the reality. However, there do still seem to be some issues, especially that cracking chassis frame which used to happen, and the cone set issue which used to be there. I still have not faced any of those yet, and I hope I do not, but those issues are there. So, quality, overall quality, this is the winner. Pillion comfort, this wins big time. This is the clear winner. This suffers because of the height, although seating is good. So, if you see, this pillion is at a bit of a height. So, in order for somebody to swing a leg over, bit more effort, but the seating itself is actually good. Once you sit on it, the seat is actually good. My wife did not like this at all. She hated it. Pillion is good, but getting to the pillion is a bit of an effort. So, in terms of pillion, that one wins. Brakes, much better. This is good, but not as good as the Honda. So, again this one wins. City usage, overall city usage wins big because it is a city bike, CB. This is perfectly usable, especially the terrain factor. You can take it on all sorts of surfaces, wins big time. However, it is a bit heavy, and also there is a little bit of engine heat which is happening on this. Also, it is a bit of an outlier or a freak show in the city. So, it really stands out when you are riding it in the city. So, in terms of overall city usage, this one wins. Off-roads should be a clear winner here, obviously. This can manage off-roads, but be realistic in terms of how much off-road you will really do. So, anyway, remember that people have even done Leh Ladakh on scooties, Hayabusas, TVS mopeds even. So, definitely you can do the right amount of off-roads even with this, and people are actually doing it right at this very moment. So, that is one. This is obviously the king of the off-roads, universally acclaimed across the world that this is a genuine, supremely capable off-road vehicle. So, this wins the point on off-roads. The stand, very nice and easily engageable. Even the center stand is very easy to sort of negotiate. This one, there is a big clunk when you actually engage the side stand, and center stand is a very big hassle on this to actually get it on the center stand. Also, I think there are concerns on how much the bike actually leans when you put it on the side stand. This bike, this is a 2020 bike, this leans too much. In the 2021, they have tried to work on the side stand, but now it is too upright. So, a bit of an extreme thing Royal Enfield has done. So, in terms of the stand, this one wins. Seating comfort and under the seat. Stock seat is so on this, not really too good, but the split seat is amazing. There is no under the seat storage here. This one, seating is amazing, seating is really good. It has some basic under the seat storage for probably a cleaning rag or a raincoat or something. If you want to keep, you can put it under the seat. That is one. So, this one, sorry, who wins this? So, both of them I consider them equal, there is no clear winner here. Personality, what is the overall personality of the bike? This is classic and clean, yet it has got a bit of a commuterish personality. This one stands out huge in terms of the personality, makes the eye really follow the bike when it is going. This is a bit more commuterish. So, in terms of overall personality, I would say this is slightly lesser than this, but not by much. It has got its own charm as well. It is a retro classic. Exhaust and sound. The thumping is really amazing, music to the ears, but however it is a bit loud personally for me. The sound is nice on this, but nothing to particularly stand out. So, I think that wins the point on this sound. Clutch, the next point is the clutch. The clutch on this is not even the gold standard, it is the God standard. That is how nice the clutch is. This one is supposed to be quite notorious for how heavy the clutch is, although I personally did not find it too much out of the ordinary, but using things like the Pro Spec Easy clutch and all that, you can make this clutch as light as this one or probably even more lighter than this one. So, there is that. But out of the box, the clutch, this one wins big time. Engine heat, absolutely nothing on this. This one has a bit of an engine heat in the city after a while, and even in the highway, if you do some spirited riding, aggressive riding, this one tends to heat up a little bit. So, in the battle of the engine heat, this one wins. What about the weight, overall weight of the bike? This is perfect weight. I find this the perfect weight. It is neither too heavy, it is not too light, it has got the right amount of heft and center of gravity, perfect weight. That one is heavier, but the heaviness actually helps in staying planted on the highways, especially when you are doing highway riding. But it is a bit of a hassle on the off-roads, that weight. So, this one wins the point on weight. What about the tires and rims? Easy to repair punctures because it is a cast alloy wheel. However, the rim can actually crack, and I know somebody whose CB350 rim actually cracked because he ran over a pothole. So, that actually is very real. Spoked wheel with tube tires, as all of you know, including tire removal, makes it quite a bit of hassle, but however something like a Formula X should greatly help bring that hassle down. But in terms of the rims and tires, this actually wins in my opinion. Handlebar, I think it is the perfect handlebar, nothing is needed. With the risers, with the carbon risers I now have put, it is the perfect handlebar ever. This one perfectly adequate. Something like a bark busters actually makes it look even more cooler and rugged. So, perfectly usable handlebar. The other thing is on this and actually on most of the more sort of modern Royal Enfields, there is a two-way lockability of the handlebar. So, you can either lock it this way or you can lock it this way. This one is only one direction, this way. So, I think both of them I score them equally in terms of the overall handlebar situation. Colors, the colors which these two are available in. I love the Honda colors more, it is just a personal preference, more classic looking, more takes you back in time actually. I am not personally a fan of the new Himalayan colors, it makes them look too kiddish in my opinion. Some bizarre colors and combos, probably to keep it peppy for riders of all temperaments. But I would say both of them score about the same, there is no clear winner here. How about the brand of Honda versus the brand of Himalayan? Solid brand, obviously Honda is Honda, solid brand. This is also solid and it is growing more prominent. Even in the western markets, people have a lot of fondness for the Royal Enfield brand. It is an enduring Indian heritage brand after all. It has endured all sorts of competition for decades and it is still there. That says a lot. Both of them I score them equally on the brand presence. How about the accessories? Very limited, only basic stuff. It does not even have a mudguard extender, so the rain and the splash situation is horrible. Solid accessories ecosystem with the Royal Enfield, really done well. Almost Harley style, right from handlebars to touring seats to different crash guards. Even other third party accessory makers have a lot of things for this. This is still much limited in that aspect. So, in terms of the accessories, this one wins. Lights. Stock lights are good, I like them. Stock lights are not as good as the CB and they are halogen. So, in my opinion this one wins the point on lights. Mirrors, both of them are round and relatively buzz free, not much of a field of view, very limited field of view in terms of what is happening at the back. A bit more buzzier than this one, but much better than anything else you could have expected from a Royal Enfield. So, in the mirrors department I score both of them almost equal, there is no clear winner. Overall longevity and overall quality, okay, how do these bikes do? It is a Honda, it will go for years and decades, it will. However, there is a bit of a funny thing which Honda does, they will abruptly stop producing a particular model of the bike. For example, the CB250R, a very respected bike, stopped making it. CB300R, it only sold for 1 year, stopped making it. I hope they do not do some ridiculous things like that with this bike, I really hope they do not. Overall longevity on this, it will also last a really long time with proper maintenance. However, there are some quality issues for sure, much better than what it used to be, but there do seem to be some quality issues, but a long lasting machine in either case. So, overall quality, this is a winner by a very small margin, overall quality. Overall ubiquity, which means how common is it when you look at it, that is what ubiquity means. This dissolves into the traffic, okay, it just merges into the traffic. However, there is a new bike factor and lot of people, and the sound factor especially, which make a lot of people actually notice it in public. And even today, I got this bike on November 4th, it is August 5th, it is about August 5th today exactly. Even today, I have people inquiring about this bike. It's really a bike which resonates well with everybody, even the common people, even all stratas of society, they love this bike. This one in traffic, in public, it definitely stands out like a freak show, and I covered this earlier as well. Definitely a odd looking bike, an attention grabber, definitely stands out in public. In terms of overall appearance in public, I rate both of them equal, no clear winner. Suspension, adequate suspension, slightly harder, that one is the king of suspension, and also Royal Enfields generally do suspensions very well. So, that is the clear winner on the suspension. Features, this one has the USB charger, the helmet lock, traction control, a very limited toolkit with just 3 tools in it and a clutch assist. That one has basic features only, switchable ABS, a full toolkit, the weird tripper module which again keeps disengaging when you switch it off. So, in terms of features, I rate both of them sort of the same where they are. Finally, how will these two bikes age with time, with weeks, months and years, how will they both age? This will age like a classic, it will develop that beautiful color and patina and hue which will really make it stand out like a classic. This one will also age very well. However, the Honda actually owns a very slight edge. This one will require a bit of care and looking after. So, in this point I rate this slightly more, although that is also equally capable of being looked after very well. So, when I tally all these points up, where this one versus where that one, this scores about 27 points overall, that one scores about 19 points. So, almost 8 points worth of difference. So, this is the clear winner, clear winner overall. So, what are some of my final closing thoughts, conclusions, and what is my verdict? So, the CB really holds its own, really. I have thought several times of a life without owning this bike. I cannot think of my daily life without owning its bike. It's that nice, it's that good. Makes it so breezy basically. It's not giving up the CB due to the simple riding aspect. It's a simple riding machine. You just swing a leg over and you just start riding. It's literally no more complicated than that. I would really like to test this on some of the basic off-roads to see really what it's capable of, although I know that people are doing Leh Ladakh and it's doing really well, except that high altitude issue, it's doing really well. But I would like to use this for some of those situations and see how it performs. The Himalayan is no slouch either in the overall comparison. However, for day to day and especially for a family man like me who likes to take my wife and kids on the motorcycle, this is definitely better, definitely better. And overall the Honda will actually win the quality battle, it will win the quality battle slightly more than that. So, that is my overall thoughts and conclusions. I hope this overall comparison was of some use to all of you in helping make a decision on the various parameters that I have tried to cover, and I hope it has been a fun video overall. That is ultimately what it should be. So, thanks for taking the time to watch this video, and let me know what you feel in the comments. See you soon. Bye.